Hello, everybody, and welcome to another week of On the Edge, where we take you through the programming for the online video source of the Big South Conference, the Big South Edge, presented by State Farm. And we've got 17 basketball games on the slate for January 30th through the 6th of February. So we're closing out the first month of 2009 and getting into the meat of the Big South Conference schedule. So a lot of big matchups, a lot of important matchups as we start getting closer and closer to tourney time here in the Big South Conference. So let's go ahead and jump right into it, shall we? Let's look at the women's games first. We've got 7 women's games on the edge for the week. And here's the lineup. You're looking at Gardner-Webb at Coastal Carolina. That's 2 o'clock tip on Saturday the 31st. Also at 2, you'll find High Point at Liberty. Now, that is a big one. That's the top 2 teams right now in the Big South Conference as we record this. Liberty leading with a 6-0 record. High Point right behind at 6-1. So try maybe to leapfrog a half game up for the High Point Panthers. And again, that game will be at Liberty. High Point 2-1 on the road. Liberty 2-0 at home in conference play so far. So High Point Liberty a good one. Going on at the same time, Winthrop at UNC Asheville. And a little later on that afternoon, Presbyterian at Charleston Southern. Those are 2 teams at the bottom of the league standings right now, someone trying perhaps to get a leg up on the other. And we skip Sunday and go on to Monday for more action. We've got 3 games on Monday, February 2nd. And for those games, you've got Winthrop at Charleston Southern. Then you have Radford at Liberty. So you have the team that's in 3rd place right now. Liberty has to defend its first place position right now in the next few days against team number 2 and team number 3. So big schedule, big focal point for the Lady Flames of Liberty. And they will have the advantage of having both of those games in Lynchburg. So we'll see what comes out of that. Also on Monday evening, Presbyterian at Coastal Carolina. Again, PC 0-6 thus far in conference play. We'll see when they can get rid of that 0 and get on the board when it comes to winning a Big South game. Now we turn from the women to the men, and we've got 10 games in the men's lineup from now through next Thursday. And starting with Saturday here, we've got High Point at Presbyterian. And High Point has been the team on the bottom. They're 1-9 so far. PC, of course, will not be able to participate in the tournament at the end of the season, but they are eligible for the regular season championship, so every game is going to count for them. Radford at Gardner-Webb, and those are 2 teams in the upper part of the standings trying to solidify their chance of hosting a postseason game, hosting that in that quarterfinal round. And in Radford's case, still hoping perhaps to catch VMI. They're only a game back. UNC Asheville at Liberty. That is a 7 o'clock tip as well. All of those first 3 starting at 7. And that Asheville-Liberty game, there only a game separates those 2 teams right now. Again, jockeying for position. You have VMI at 8-1, Radford at 7-2, and then this logjam of 5 teams at 6-4, 5-4, or 5-5. So only a game separating 5 teams in the middle of the pack. Again, you have to pull PC out of there. So 4 teams competing for 2 slots right now for those home games in the quarterfinals. In Coastal Carolina, still just on the outside of that bubble. Charleston Southern and High Point with a long way to go to try and join that group. So likely looking at that core group, that gridlocked group there in the middle, see who will break free. So that Asheville-Liberty game could be a big part of that. Charleston Southern at Coastal Carolina. Again, these are teams slightly on the outside of that bubble, but maybe someone trying to get a boost here. And that's a 9 o'clock tip, an interesting game in that it will be on Masson. And for those of you who have that, you can watch it on Mid-Atlantic Sports Network. It will also be available on WPDE in the Florence Myrtle Beach area. But for those of you who are out of the reach of Masson or WPDE, it's on the edge. So be sure to find it here, BigSouthSports.com. The men move to Monday with a couple 7 o'clock tips. You have UNC Asheville at VMI. And VMI not playing Saturday because they had an out-of-conference game just before on Thursday. But they're back in action at home in Lexington, where they have been they've been deadly everywhere, folks. They're 8-1 in conference. They're 17-3 overall and getting plenty of attention as well. They should, with the barrage of points they've been putting up. The Keydets will host the Bulldogs 7 o'clock. Radford at Winthrop, 7 o'clock tip. And Winthrop, boy, they've got an interesting one. I'll show you that in a minute. Winthrop's got to go through the top 2 teams in the league this week. So their schedule not too favorable for them, but the chance to prove themselves certainly. And High Point at Charleston Southern, and you're looking at the 2 bottom teams in the men's standings, and someone perhaps trying to get a leg up and stay out of the cellar. The men's schedule continues with games on Wednesday, and here you have it again. VMI at Winthrop, so Winthrop has to tangle with the number 2 team right now, and then the number 1 team in order. Good opportunity for them to get off that 5-5 and try to move up. Liberty at Gardner-Webb, that's another one of those. You got 2 teams at 6-4 who will get the advantage, and Coastal Carolina at Presbyterian. Presbyterian with the upper hand right now in the standings. All of those will be 7 o'clock tip-offs. And how do you watch them? Well, of course, that is the whole deal when we're talking about the Big South Edge. You can order by the game, by the sport, meaning men's or women's basketball, by the season, meaning getting them both in the winter package, or the full year, the annual package, which includes every streaming event, 500, 600 events, looks like this year, over the calendar year from when you order. Hundreds of events from all across the Big South Conference. BigSouthSports.com is your home for that. State Farm presents The Edge, the Big South Conference online video source. Now, if you have questions about a video stream or you're having any problems with the video streaming, you can contact the folks at Jump TV. They're at fan support at jumptvinc.com. If you're watching something goes wrong right in front of you right there, or you're having some technical questions you need solved, give them a call, 877-967-3267 on the bottom of your screen there for fan support. If you want to contact me, let me know about something you've seen or heard or questions about the Big South Conference or the Edge or this little update we do. I'm Mark B. at BigSouth.org. And one more thing for you. If you are watching us through BigSouthSports.com, I want to remind you we've got a YouTube channel you can also watch us on, and our blog. If you're watching us through YouTube, check out the blog and see what else is there. If you're watching us through the blog, check out the YouTube channel, see what else we have going there. Our best of the best anniversary videos. You can also vote on your choice of the best at BigSouthSports.com. A lot going on right now. Again, as January becomes February and these games start to get bigger and bigger, we're looking forward to the Advanced Auto Parts Big South Basketball Championships that are coming up in March. And plus, don't forget, we're very close to the baseball and softball seasons as well, and we've got plenty of streaming games coming up on the Edge for the spring. We are chock full of good stuff. The Quiz Bowl academic competition is coming up in early February. We've got CCSA swimming involving Big South teams, and track and field as well. Our streams runneth over. So by all means, check us out on the Big South Edge, the online video source for the Big South Conference presented by State Farm. Thank you for watching. This has been On the Edge. We will talk to you next week.